Hello everybody, it is Twisted Hooks here today reviewing the Dragon Ball FighterZ patch for, I believe it's patch 1.15, yes it is. It is probably the largest change ever to come to this game. These are the official patch notes and we will be doing a rundown of the system changes fairly quickly, and then we will be covering the more important changes of all of the characters. Overall, the patch is very good, and afterwards we will be doing a tier list of my thoughts on the characters afterwards. Alright, so real quick, the system mechanics, the 5LL can now be linked into the 5LLL will now be linked into a Z change. That's nice, and will always knock the opponent forward on hit. So that's pretty good. The jumping light attack for everybody. Fixed an issue in which a super combo would not occur if the attack connected at a low position in the air, which is a nice little bug fix. Jumping heavy attack. Descent is faster during a camera shift. That's good. The shorten the amount of a sliding knockdown when the attack hits. So now anytime you land a heavy attack in the air and you are going to get a smash hit, there is less time to do that. And you can only transition to a Z change when performed in a grounded Z combo. So if you started with a heavy combo, then that is the only time you can use this. You can, if you get a heavy attack, you cannot do that otherwise. Mid-air Dragon Rush. Characters descend faster when the attack lands in a combo, so everybody falls down faster after a heavy attack or a Dragon Rush. Hurt Box. So everybody's Hurt Box during crouching and movement that aren't attacks have been changed a little bit, so that's interesting. Vanish. Increase the base damage of the attack. That's nice. So hitting a Vanish Raw will probably do more damage. Well, it will do more damage. Projectiles. Fixed an issue in which damage scaling would not apply when a projectile connected during attack. So that adds a little bit more consistency in how much damage a combo would do. So that's nice. Sub-character attacks. So the 17 version on Android 18, or Great Saiyaman, or the Cyberman, or all of the Ginyu Force on Ginyu. The guard direction would be reversed if a sub-character's projectile flew past the opponent, which is now fixed. And the grounded support attack and unique and heavy for 18 are both fixed. All of the Ginyu Force is fixed. The acid from the Cyberman is fixed, and the crouching unique attack from Videl is fixed. Great Saiyaman's unique attack. Button settings. Simple dash can be set to normal or off. I believe that's just a simple quality of life change. Simple Z change can be set to normal, down input, and off. So that's also very nice. But anyway, Goku Super Saiyan, I would say he got buffed for the most part. His Dragon Flash Fist does more damage on every variant. And he goes down faster afterwards. And every variant is mostly the same. His Flurry Kicks got buffed for the most part. And the way a couple bugs got fixed on him. Vegeta, I would say he got hard nerfed. He lost a lot of power with his interceptor kick being changed. So that's not great for him. That is very bad, to say the least. He did gain a little bit of damage and a little bit of buffs in other places, but losing your kick loops was not great for him. It also no longer crosses up, which is relatively bad for him. But this is good for him. The Final Flash now gives you a sliding knockdown regardless of where you hit it. And now does that all the time. This is a strange change, I think. The jumping heavy attack reduced the move's damage. But yeah, now Piccolo has a little bit of a harder time being as much of a problem as he used to be. So that's nice. Very good for the meta, I would say. He still does have his Hell Zone grenade loops, I believe. But they're different now. So you're going to have to do them different, I believe. Unless the final hit of the attack is actually that much different to where you cannot do the changes anymore. Teen Gohan, he got mad buffed, I would say. And so would Rawkid, who is the best Teen Gohan player in the world, from my knowledge. He had a whole twit longer. I will be linking this in the description below if you are wondering why both of these sites are black, or grayed out rather. I have a thingy. It's an extension for Opera that is in my current browser. It gives me dark mode on everything. You should just be able to look up dark mode extension for Opera, and then ta-da, you'll have found it. But anyway, his 5LL, which was hard nerfed a little while ago, has less delay on it, which is very, very good for him. And according to Rawkid, I will read this one out real quick. 5LL now has a weird property where it drags Gohan slightly further down to the ground, but now tracks opponents on crotch up, which is insane. So basically a Bardock auto combo, which means more whiff cancels. So I guess that's a very good change, according to Rawkid. So make sure to follow him on Twitter whenever you get done watching. Anyway, though, that's the largest change, I would think. But, well, probably not the largest, but these changes are very significant as well. I don't want to run through all of them, but I will give you the rundown on all of them. They will... Basically, his 5-hit combo, the 236 LMH, all of that, is stronger, but works a tad bit different now. Most of the changes are gone through here, so I would definitely recommend reading through this if you want a long Teen Gohan, or longer Teen Gohan rundown, rather. But I think, and so does Rawkid, that he got hard buffed, like huge buffed. He did get a little power taken from other places, but overall he's extremely strong now. Anyway, though, onto Frieza, who I think also got hard buffed this patch, which is very, very good. He had a lot of problems with him. I'm actually thinking of playing him now. My current team is Hit, Burly, Base Goku, actually, now after the patch. You'll probably see why whenever I run through him. I'll give him a little bit of a extra rundown than I did Teen Gohan, because I don't know as much Teen Gohan as I do Base Goku, but I also may be running Blue Goku. I'm currently having a little bit of a crisis. So watch my stream frequently to check out, but I will be uploading more often now. So onto Frieza, he did get hard buffed. A lot of his moves are faster now, and he's got a little bit more range on all of them, and that's very, very good for him. And he can get a sliding off of anything now, from what I have been told. So that's very, very good. A lot of his moves got a big hitbox, as well. Especially this one. I believe this is what gives you a knockdown off of everything. So that's amazing. This is probably not the biggest, but one of the bigger changes. Golden Frieza used to have a terrible bug where if you activated the install super, the key gauge got a penalty where if you activated anything that would give activate anything that caused a bar, you would get a penalty on your bar gain. Frieza got that as well. Golden Frieza did. So using 3 bars and then not being able to gain any right after that was horrible. So activating Golden Frieza was basically just flexing on your opponent because you're that far ahead in the match. But anyway, now onto Ginyu. He didn't get a lot changed, but he did get his Ginyu Force attacks changed. Raccoon is better now. I believe it's his Ultra Fighting Bomber that is better. So that's good. Burter is less of a monster now, so that's amazing. And his assist changed a little bit, and so did Strong Jersey, so that's uniform with that. Trunks, a lot of people think that Trunks got hard buffed, and I have to agree with them because he, a lot of his stuff changed. It's a lot easier to combo with. That is due to his standing and jumping unique attacks both having increased timing for stored input, and his standing having reduced delay when the attack connects. So both of those are really, really good for his aerial corner B&Bs and a lot of other stuff out there. Anyway, though, His Shining Slashes got changed, and so did his Cyclone Jump. But he did get a little nerf on the Heat Dome attack, his level 3 ultimate. So now he has... Now his opponents, if you're in the middle of the screen, are put a little bit further away. It's basically back to neutral again, like straight up. His assistant also got a little bit of a nerf. Anyway, though, on to Cell. Cell got buffed. A lot of people are saying that he's actually back to where he once was. So Cell is, I guess, broken again, but maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to play against it and see the differences myself. But he did get sped up for a lot of the stuff, and he did get changed fairly well. Basically just buffs all around, which is kind of strange, but we'll see what happens, I guess. 18, she got relatively hard nerfed, because a lot of her tools got changed. So now she's just slower, honestly probably a little bit clunkier to use, but I still think she's going to be strong if you're good as her. I will be going over my thoughts on the patch afterwards, so keep a lookout for that. I'll try and keep this video relatively short. I'm not trying to keep you guys here forever. She really just got hard nerfed here. The back grapple is probably the largest change here. Her grab. So whenever you miss, you're a little bit hurt now. And I would say the largest stuff is the way her 17 stuff got changed. So 17 got hurt a lot. Not 17, but 18 got hurt a little bit this patch. Really don't think she needed to be hit this hard, to be fair. But she was very, very strong. But I think she did need a little bit of nerf, but not this bad. Anyway, though, Gotenks, a monster for a long time. People thought he was garbage at the beginning of the game, and then a couple patches later, people were like, wow, he's broken. Very similar to Piccolo, because both of them have snapback loops, and it is one of the most obnoxious things to deal with. But that's probably also why 18 got nerfed, because she had a very similar thing too. She gets you in a snapback loops, and you're just stuck forever. Anyway, though, Gotenks. The larger things, if the first hit of the attack hits, all hits afterwards can now be guarded while crouching. So, if the first hit hits, you can go down to crouch. And there's also more delay on the attack now, so his jumping 5L is a lot worse now. He really didn't get hit super hard, but he got hit relatively hard. They didn't hit the Ghost Oki, which is what they needed to hit, which is where like everybody's problem comes from. But yeah, Krillin, I would say Krillin got buffed pretty good too this patch. Really, any character that was super low tier, Krillin, Base Goku, 17, and Nappa, all of them got buffed relatively hard. So that's really, really good for all of them. Anyway, though, Krillin, I'd say the biggest things is now he can get a sliding knockdown off of basically everything, or he can get a meterless one rather now, which is very, very good. Also his Senzu Bean, which is actually the rock throw. His heavy version got 2 rocks, so rock Oki now, by the way, Kappa. Anyway, he really just got buffed very well, I would say. So, good for Krillin. Very good for Krillin. And they fixed a couple of his stubby moves. So now they act faster or look better now. So that's really good for him. Kid Buu got hard nerfed. A lot of people are saying he's dead after this patch, but really I don't think so. But he did get scuffed up a little bit. Really nothing super notable, but it's just an overall couple of changes that got to him. Like, mostly the Mystic Ball attack and the way his jumping attacks worked is all that really got him. His level 3 is also a little bit worse now. His Majin Buu, though, Fat Boo, as most people call him, actually obliterated this patch. I'm going to go over that. It's this one, Fat Throw. All of his Fat Throw changes. Increased hit stop, so that's good, right? Adjusted the trajectory of the projectile. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Extended the move's hitbox downward. Doesn't sound too bad, right? And then we get to the last one. The opponent is now considered airborne when they're released from the Fat. It is so much harder to get any mix-up pressure or at all from the Fat Throw anymore. All of his pressure was in that. He could mix you up with that. He could do so much. He could pressure you with all of that junk. He was never really a great character to begin with. And then when they took away his one utility that really gave him power, and now he's honestly one of the worst characters now. So I think that's going to push him down way harder. So now we're on to Nappa, one of the worst characters before this patch. Not bad, not great anymore. So that's great that he's not horrible anymore. I think the biggest things for him were the Cyberman changes. You can change the way they work on the heavy variant now. Because before the heavy variant would just attack in a specific manner. Now you can change the way it attacks, which is very good. It also has a different color. So that's good. The color is really not too different, but now you can tell visually. So that's good. But yeah, those are the biggest things that I think hit him. He did get a couple changes in other places that helped him, but I think the Cyberman was the biggest thing for him. Anyway, though, 16 got nerfed, which I'm not trying to be biased here, but was well deserved. I had a terrible time fighting this man, but anyway, he did get nerfed for the most part here. I think they did buff a couple of things, but they just took a lot of power out of some things and changed a lot of the stuff to make him just as good. But I mean, he's still a good character. Don't get me wrong. He's still a great character, but he is no longer the go-to, like, who do I pick when I need an obnoxious character. He's no longer that guy. Yamcha actually got a couple buffs and a couple of nerfs. I think it's mostly a neutral change for him. But he did get a bunch of quality of life stuff. The medium variants of a lot of his things, of his Rekka, his Wolfang Fist, and the reverse, can be followed up now. Both of them. I think he's I think he's always been relatively good, but this was a little bit of a scuff change. The ultimate Wolfang Fist change does less damage at base damage, which means it scales a little bit less. Or it scales the same, but does less damage now overall, which is a little unfortunate. But other than that, he didn't really get too hard. Tien has changed a lot, but really, I don't know if I would say big nerfed. The most different change, I would say, is the Tri-Beam change. Because now in the Tri-Beam, you do less health. You take less health from yourself, but you do more damage with it. And now, when you hold the attack, you summon more TNs into the fray for a second, and they'll shoot Tri-Beams. It's almost like a shotgun. It's kind of funny to look at, but it is relatively good for that. Neo Tri-Beam reduce the amount of own health consumed by the attack, so that's good. It also does more damage now. That's about it for Tien, though. He didn't really get changed too much otherwise. He does a little bit more damage in other places now, but I think he did get hit in a couple places where he needed to be. Gohan Adult, so the better of the two Gohans. I believe he did get nerfed a little bit, which is good because he was one of the best characters in the game. I still think he's up there, or relatively high up there at least. So his ultimate now does reduce knockback, is the bigger changes, and is one of the bigger changes. And his machine gun kicks are the even larger changes. Because now the move just does less damage and you can't build as much bar, so he's not as good as a point anymore, but he is still best there than anywhere else. Hit, my boy, the best character in the game, Keppa. But I do love playing Hit. You might hear a little bit of bias here, but I think most of the changes here actually just straight up helped him. I don't think anything was terrible for him, because now he scales less, which means he does more damage. So that's very, very good. I think they changed him where they needed to. I think he's just a little bit too strong, or stronger than they wanted him to be, rather. But yeah, that's all really good. This is probably his biggest change. He's now got a proton cannon. Not actually, but his 236 HS now consumes all bars of ki, period. A lot of damage. It actually made it a lot easier to do solo touches of death with him, so that's great. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, or Goku Blue as most people refer to him, and how I'll be referring to him afterwards. He got gigantic buffs this patch. The biggest changes this patch that made him amazing, I would say, are the grab. His grab now moves. His grab is now faster regardless of which version you use. And it really, everything that happened to him this patch is great. They've really just been buffing every blue character since their release, including Vegito. But the largest kick, the largest change is the Dragon Flash kick on medium. The medium can now be used from anywhere. You can get a sliding knockdown from anywhere, from a vanish, from anything off of this man now. So I may be playing him, I may not be playing him, but it is between him and Base Goku. You'll probably see me playing Blue and Base Goku on stream if you watch, or in my videos if you watch. But yeah, that's really all that changed for him. Times 10 Kaioken actually does hit more consistently now, because you move a little bit further, but other than that, those are the biggest changes. Super Saiyan Vegeta, he got buffed pretty hard too. Like I said earlier, all of the blues, the Vegeta, Goku, and Vegito, got buffed fairly hard this patch. Mostly Vegeta and Goku, so they could, in parts, match the power of Vegito. JK. Anyway, he just is straight up better. Like, every single move of his is stronger and faster, and even his assist, which was extremely terrible, got buffed. So I think Vegeta Super Saiyan is going to be a lot better this patch, along with Goku Blue. On to Beerus now. Beerus also got buffed a fair amount. He does more damage and is faster overall as well. I think they did fix a couple of things that needed to, like moves were hitting where they shouldn't be, and moves were lasting longer than they should have been, and stuff like that. But other than that, they fixed him up. The Hakai, it has more delay on it, so that's unlucky, but other than that, that's fairly good. On to Goku Black now, the last base game Goku. Goku Black also got buffed. His B and B is very different now. I may or may not be linking down below in the description a couple of things, but on my videos I will probably do stuff anyway on him. But yeah, he got a good chunk of buffs, but he also got a little bit of nerfs. But yeah, he got fixed fairly well. I believe actually Goku Black and Goku Blue are similar in terms of power now. So canon, by the way. 21 is top tier now. Don't believe me? Go play ranked real quick. Just kidding. Don't play ranked against 21. You'll lose. But yeah, her grab can be grabbed from anywhere now, off of anything. So just, you know, grab, and meterless, she can do stuff out of grab. So just be afraid all the time. She got big buffs. Leffen is saying top tier. Alright, so now we're on to the DLC characters with Bardock. He got nerfed relatively hard. A lot of stuff is changed. Raging Meteor got removed completely, actually, it says right here. No, I don't think it did. But yeah, this he got changed fairly hard. And it hurts because he lost a couple corner combos, but people are still gonna make him work because he's still Bardock, he's still popular, and he's still not bad. He's still definitely high tier, just not busted anymore. So I think that's good for the game's health. Broly, my boy, Big Papa, he got big buffs. His grab actually gives sliding off of anything now. So if you haven't already burned his grab, you can get a sliding from anything, from Vanish, from whatever you want. Anything that would have gotten rid of your sliding, you've got it now. The biggest change, other than that, I think would be his gigantic strike, or not his gigantic strike, his eraser cannon. If you played Broly or know what Broly did before, his medium auto combo would result in you doing a move that guaranteed his eraser cannon to hit even though your opponent was far away. It's that. So now Broly basically just has a blast in his kit. He's got a blast super now. So that's pretty good. And other than that, I think Broly got relatively good buffs this patch. I think it helped him a lot. Vegito actually ended up getting buffed this patch. Why? I don't know. I can't tell you. But he wasn't amazing. Now he's a little bit better. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what everything was on his buffs. I could go through and read everything and then probably explain, but we're trying to get through this quick. So, yeah, Vegito did get buffed, though. He got buffed relatively well. I think the bigger things is that his 5LLL, the last hit of his auto combo, was buffed, and he's got a couple better things. Like his already good stuff was buffed just a little bit more. But he does actually build less bar now, so that is unfortunate. But other than that, I think he's still a great character. And now on to Zamasu Fused, the 4th DLC character in the game. He got buffs. Big buffs. So many buffs, actually, that Sonic Fox, one of the best players of this game, is running him on his team now because... Why not? Because he is that good. Anyway, though, I think the biggest things are that his standing light attack follow-up too, so his 5LLL, is now changed into a throw, a grab. So now if you whiff the 5L and 5LL, you get a grab. Easy peasy. So that's really good for mix-ups. It doesn't really change a lot for combos, but it's really good for mix-ups. I think he's relatively strong now. Definitely significantly better. Now on to the 5th one, released at the same time as the 6th one. Base Goku. It just says Goku, but it is Base Goku. He got changed a lot. Overall, I think it all ends up being a buff, a large buff, enough to make me think about putting him back on the team. But anyway, I think the biggest changes here are his elbow changes, his grab changes, and the way his Kamehameha works. So now, also the 2 SSS, all of that. Anyway, though, his elbow, you can no longer do the loops anymore. But the medium and heavy variants got buffed fairly hard, so that's good. The move did get buffed overall, but it's significantly harder. But it's impossible to do the old loops, but there are new loops being crafted by people now. So if you like Base Goku, keep a lookout for those. I believe it's at the Progenitor. He's finds tech. The back throw got changed. The medium variant actually is the same thing as the old heavy variant. And the heavy variant now is an elbow. Has an elbow after that. So you get a wall bounce, and the other one gives you a bounce off the ground. So both of those are fairly good. The Kamehameha. The biggest change, I would say, is the diagonal version in midair. It now gives a sliding knockdown. So that's very, very good for that, whenever you get that off. And then the other change that does not seem to be... Oh, here it is. The crouching unique attack follow-up 2. That is also now a sliding knockdown guaranteed. So Goku Blue, or base Goku rather, has 2 ways to get a guaranteed sliding off of a vanish, or anything else that would have gotten rid of a sliding knockdown. The 2SSS combo is way easier than the Kamehameha, but Kamehameha can probably produce better results if you are amazing with it. The Super Spirit Bomb also had, I think the biggest change actually that hit him was the elbow change, because now you can no longer as easily combo into Super Spirit Bomb, because you can't do the S into elbow and get that off. But other than that, I think he got buffed fairly good. Base Vegeta now from the Saiyan Saga. Both of these are from the Saiyan Saga, with the Super Spear Bomb and Kaioken and such, and then the Gallic Gun and the Galaxy Breaker such is here. I believe Base Vegeta got buffed fairly hard. He got a lot of hitbox changes, it seems. And I know these got changed fairly good, though. And so did these. I think Galaxy Breaker actually works similar to Trunks' now. So basically it's still the same level 3, just on 2 different characters. Now onto the 7th, I believe. Yeah, the 7th, because this was the 6th. Because Base Goku was the 5th. Alright, so the 7th character Cooler, he got buffs, big buffs. He kind of needed them. He was pretty not great. But overall he got buffed. Nothing super important to go over, just faster, a little bit nicer to combo with now. 17, Android 17. Previously the worst character in the game. I'm gonna scroll through this real quick. Look at this. Do you see how many changes he got? He got a bunch of changes. So many changes. Alright, anyway though. Basically everything about this man is changed. He is a better character, period. There is literally nothing about him that didn't get buffed, I don't think. So, yeah. If you didn't want to use 17 because he was terrible before, run him now because he is not terrible. He is so much better. Check out my boy ThiccBlades on Twitch. THICC, the word blades after that. A 17 main, he's fairly good. Definitely check him out for high quality Android 17 content. He can also probably go over the changes better than I did. Anyway though, onto Jiren. Jiren got changed a little bit. He got a couple nice buffs. He is the 9th DLC character, and then Fidel, the 10th DLC character, got a couple buffs as well. I don't even think they changed the game-breaking bug that she had with the Frankensteiner, but okay. But yeah, that's it for the patch. I will be going on to the tier list here soon. I'm going to show a side-by-side comparison of what I thought before the patch and what I think after the patch. So, yeah. Okay, so currently you can see that I have my before the patch tier list on the left, as it says in the name, and then it has the after the patch tier list in the right. Okay, so after the patch, I do really think not base Goku, but Super Saiyan Goku got a little bit better. So bump him up a little bit. I think Krillin got significantly better, so we're going to put him here instead. Crazy. Bardock got nerfed fairly hard, so we're actually going to put him around here. We're actually going to go through these. We're just going to go through it in a random order. All right. And Teen Gohan, I would say got buffed to around here, which is significantly better than where he was before. Blue Vegeta, I would say, is around here now. I would say Base Goku is around here now. My word is not final, by the way. You are allowed to disagree with me. I think Broly's pushed around here now. I think he's gotten significantly better afterwards. I think Yamcha did get a tad bit worse, so we're going to put him around here. Still a godlike assist, so he's definitely staying there. Goku Blue. I think he's actually around here now. I think Goku Blue is significantly better. Trunks, I think, got a little bit better, so we're actually going to put him here. As you can see, there's a blatant difference already. 17 tier right here and low tier right here. I don't think anybody in the game is unusable anymore. So don't be afraid to put anybody anywhere now. Anywhere on your team. Or be afraid to put some people anywhere on your team. Like, don't be putting Base Goku Point. That's definitely not a great idea. But other than that, don't be afraid to use anyone on your team. Just make sure your team order is alright. But I don't know, though. You might be able to make my... You might be able to make Base Goku Point work. I don't know. I do think Frieza got significantly better. I don't think Vegeta got that much better. I think he stayed about the same, to be completely honest. I also think the top tiers did get enough worse to make it to where using them is just slightly better. Ginyu is not top tier. I didn't even want to click on Ginyu. Anyway, though, I think Ginyu's around here now. Somewhere in between these guys. We're just going to put him here to keep everything all clean. I wanted to put Gotenks. I think Gotenks is still one of the better characters in the game. Actually, no. I think Gotenks did get a good bit worse. But he still got Ghost Doki, so around there. Nappa went from, like, here level to here level. So he got definitely better. We're actually going to put Nappa here. I think Nappa got a good chunk better. But he still got a couple of problems that I definitely think he could do with fixing. And we're just going to put him here. Because, for clarity's sake. But yeah. These are, so far, my thoughts on the tier list. I think 16 did get a little bit worse. Not worse as in he got nerfed, but worse as in everybody is catching up. So instead of everybody moving down and people moving far down, I think it's more everybody is moving up. So, like, instead of, you know, the young 17 being over here on the tier list or over here on the tier list, you can just run him down. Like, I think 17 still has problems, and I don't think he's great still, but we're actually going to put the lower tiers around here. I think Base Goku's gotten significantly better, though. So we're going to put these guys here. I think these guys are still the worst in the game, but I don't think anybody is unusable anymore. The gap I have right here is not relative to the amount of skill difference or anything that I see here. I think Cell did get buffed a little bit, so I think he moves up, actually. 18 got significantly worse, so we're going to put her around here. We're going to put her around here, actually. We're going to move these guys down a little bit so I can have a little bit of space there. And actually put some more clarity. I think that Boo got worse. I think he's actually one of the worst characters in the game now. Hit got big buffs. I think Hit goes up a good chunk. I think we're actually going to put him here. No, we're going to put him here because he's still got a few problems, but I don't think he's broken, and he is fairly well balanced after this patch, so I think that's good. Kid Buu did get big nerfs, so I don't think he's top tier anymore. A lot of people are saying he's dead, but I don't think he's dead. I think he just got a couple of problems. Beerus got buffed, still got problems, so he's going to go around here. Tien, I think almost only got better, so I think we're going to say he's still one of the better characters in the game. Where did I put Tien on this one? Did I even put Tien anywhere? Tien, where are you? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. I might have covered him up with somebody. Tien! Tien! Where did Tien actually go? I'm thoroughly lost on where he went. I cannot see him. Oh, here he is. Tien is not down there. Tien is right here, actually. I apologize. Tien is not that bad. Anybody that told you Tien is that bad is wrong. Alright, anyway. My apologies. I did screw this one up. I was looking for him up here where he should have been, but he was down here for no reason. Anyway, though, I think Goku Black did get a good chunk better. A lot of people would say he got worse, but I think he got better. Zamasu got buffed, so I think he's around here, actually. They buffed him pretty good. 21 is top tier now, by the way. You think I'm playing with you, but I'm not. I thoroughly think she's one of the better characters in the game now. Blue Vegeta, or base Vegeta still got problems, but not terrible. Put him here, put Jiren here. We're going to put Cooler around here. And Videl goes here. Really think the game is full of usable characters now. I think we're going to put Krillin here, actually. And I think we're going to put Majin Buu here. And I think this is the tier list. I think this is the tier list that I like. I think this is it. This is definitely it, everybody. All right, but yeah. This is subject to change. They might patch later. They might not. I doubt it. I doubt they will patch. But yeah. I think everybody in the game is viable now. I don't think anybody is straight up terrible. Just like good old 17 used to be. They finally added him into the game. But yeah, that's it. I will be linking the twit longer down in the bottom. So keep a lookout for that. Anyway, though, thank you for watching. I know it's been a little bit of a long video. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. Twisted Hooks in both places. Or at Hooks Twisted on Twitter and Twisted Hooks on Twitch. So I'll link both down below. Make sure to check me out.